Hey everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today I just got back from watching Mickey 17, the brand new film from Bong Joon-ho, creator of Parasite and Snowpiercer and several other movies. And yeah, this is a movie that I feel like it's been advertised everywhere, like every single movie that I've been to, and you know, for the last 2-3 months, just constant trailers everywhere. Every YouTube video I watch, I feel like it's constantly getting advertised to me. Like, I could not escape the marketing of this movie. I don't know about you guys, but for me it was just constant. But anyways, let's talk about the movie. Okay, so this is a sci-fi dark comedy, I guess. Sometimes just a straight up comedy. Like, it's absurdism at times, mixed with a lot of, of course, social commentary, which is often the case with this director. Yeah, it's just, sometimes it's very silly, sometimes it's treating itself very seriously. It gets really dark and messed up at parts, but then also it turns around and it'll do something incredibly goofy. There's there's a man in a pigeon costume, and I don't know if the movie ever explains why he's in a pigeon costume. He just shows up and he just does things. So, stuff like that will happen. And yeah, of course, there's a lot of stuff you can read into this movie about like what it's actually trying to say and what's actually happening here. And, of course, it's dealing a lot with, I guess, culty personalities, very television centric. Like, oh, this is all about the image. Imagine what a great picture this will be. Imagine what a great video this would make if we did this really dangerous, stupid thing. And that's kind of the movie. And so of course we're following Robert Pattinson, who has agreed to let himself be cloned as he goes off to go do dangerous missions where he dies over and over again and just keeps getting cloned to go do more dangerous missions. And that's basically what he does. So, very dark, messed up future that, given the technology, doesn't seem impossible that it would happen. Maybe improbable, but it could happen, I guess. And the movie definitely feels like it keeps changing as it goes on. It feels like it keeps shifting genres, shifting tones, and I guess I will give it that like, you don't know what's about to happen. You have no idea if, like, are they about to make like a really serious social commentary, or is this about to be a really goofy, funny moment, or even just kind of weird and awkward? Which is another thing that I would use to describe this movie. Like, it was good, but also like it's just awkward and just strange. Like, a lot of behavior in a lot of these characters. Like, sometimes it feels like they're not behaving like people, and I suppose that was done on purpose, but like, everyone's just real quirky and weird, and like, given our main character's like thing where he has to keep dying over and over again, it makes sense for him to be weird and quirky because he's been heavily traumatized, because he remembers every time he dies. But everyone else is just kind of a weirdo, and that's, and so I guess that's just kind of, par for the course for this creator of like, hey, you're gonna get a lot of kind of eccentric characters, and you get that here. So overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I feel like it's definitely worth watching. For me, if I had to like describe this to somebody, this is Snowpiercer mixed with the movie Moon. If you guys remember that one, I think it's oh man, what's Owen Wilson's brother? The other Wilson. Anyways, that movie Moon. It's Snowpiercer mixed with that, and a little bit of, surprisingly, a little bit of Ender's Game, kind of all blended together, and you get this. So, very strange concept. Very, a lot of different things happening in those three movies, and you kind of just like blend them together, and you get Mickey 17. I will say also, I think the ending kind of dragged for a while. I feel like there was a lot of like wrapping up they were trying to do in the third act, and I would basically call the last 10-15 minutes like a big epilogue of like, here's how we're wrapping everything up. The movie basically ended already, but we left some things dangling, so here we go. And yeah, I guess I enjoyed this movie, but it's strange. It's not gonna be for everyone. It almost reminded me of a Wes Anderson movie a little bit in some of the more quirky parts of it. You know, it almost reminded me of that. So yeah, take that for what you will. Now to get into a little bit of spoilers, just a little bit, tiny bit of spoilers. So Mark Ruffalo is playing this cult leader who's basically convinced, I don't know, thousands of people to board this spaceship for the last 4 or 5 years, trying to go build a new home on this alien planet. And he is, you know, he's not like a one-to-one Trump metaphor, but he's Trumpy. You know, he's Trumpish. You know, he's this big doofus with these fake teeth, and he's like obsessed with how he looks in the camera, and he wants everything to be videotaped, and he's got to be like the center of attention, and you know, he's Trumpish, you know. And of course he ends up doing a lot of dangerous things that almost gets a lot of people killed. So yeah, like I said, Trumpish. And basically what the whole third act ends up becoming is about, you know, kind of an Ender's Game situation where, you know, we're told that like, oh, these aliens are dangerous, they're these things that we have to defeat because look at them, they want to eat humans. And the movie very early on, like near the beginning, after we get explained what's happening and what everything is, we see these worm aliens save our protagonist. You know, like they don't eat them, they just drag them back to the surface and then they leave them there. So we're kind of just, we know really from that point on that like these are not monsters that are going to eat people, right? And yet for some reason the movie kind of treats that as if it's some kind of big reveal that they have to like uncover the truth and kind of like show everyone like, look, they're not monsters, you know, like you don't have to kill them, you can talk to them, kind of thing. And I will say it's kind of strange in the pacing that they like reveal that, but then they leave it on the back burner because they have to deal with the fact that now there's multiple clones, and that's a whole completely separate thing that they have to deal with. But also, yes, the alien bugs are not evil, so we'll get back to that, you know. And it feels like that's just something that doesn't get back to until the very, very end of the movie, when they're like, oh, right, the aliens. So there is that. In any case, yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed the movie. It's very weird. It's, you know, like I said, it's more of a comedy. Like if Snowpiercer had a lot more comedic elements to it, that's what you kind of get here. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about Mickey 17. Did you enjoy this one, or were you hoping for a different tone? Because this is more comedy than anything else, but it's got a lot of stuff in there. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.